Hi guys, welcome to my very first parang official tutorials regarding sa basic panel ng Lightroom. And kumuha ako ng blog post dito noon, so if you learn better by reading, it will be linked down below kung gusto nyo magbasa lang. Let's get right into it. The basic panel sa loob ng Lightroom includes itong basic panel na to, basically everything from the treatment, from temperature, tint, up to saturation. For the succeeding panels like tone curve, the color, split toning, siguro mas maganda siya for they deserve their own like specific video para lang mas maintindihan nyo how each panel works. Hindi lang yung galaw lang ng sliders, and lahat ng settings na tong nasa basic panel makikita nyo rin sa Lightroom Mobile. So even if you're using that, ma-apply nyo pa rin yung matutunan nyo dito. Now what I've here is simple gradient lang siya from black to white, and I think this would be the perfect example para lang maipakita ko sa inyo kung how each sliders affect the image. Mamaya magpapakita rin ako example ng real life image, but for now this gradient muna. First two sliders na makikita niyo sa basic panel is the white balance. Minove natin siya to the right, it will become warmer than usual. Then pag pa-left naman, it will become cooler. So that's how white balance work in Lightroom. White balance mismo sa loob ng camera deserves its own topic, so huwag muna tayong papunta doon. Basta alamin nyo kung if we move it to the right, then the photo will become warmer. More orange, yellow tones will be introduced. And pag pa-left naman, cooler tones. Like nakita nyo nangyari ngayon sa gradient. Next is tint. Kasi usually every photo na kukunin nyo, either meron siyang green tint or magenta. Hindi ko rin sure kung bakit ganun, pero it's there and pwede siyang i-adjust kung nakikita nyo yung picture is masyadong pinkish or masyadong green. Dito nyo siya maayos. Now let's get into the tone mismo. Itong box na to right here. This is the tone. Ngayon, the first is exposure or brightness in general ng image. Pag tinaas natin, mas maging bright yung image. Tingnan nyo yung nangyari sa gradient. Pag binaba naman natin, mas magiging dark yung image. Like how it's supposed to. It's measured in stops, by the way. So, pag +1, ibig sabihin it's brightened up. Mas tumaas yung brightness ng 1 stop pag +1. So the next slider is the contrast slider. Now what the contrast, ang technical definition ng contrast is kung gaano ka different ang the brightest part and the darkest part of the image. So pag tinataas natin yung contrast, mas lumalaki yung difference ng white and dark areas. Nakikita nyo mas nababawasan yung gray area. Kasi tumataas yung contrast and mas magiging the picture parang will just pop more because mas mataas yung contrast. Now, pag binaba naman natin, notice nyo yung gray area, lumalaki siya. Kasi yung difference ng bright and dark areas mas nababawasan. Next up is yung highlights, shadows, whites, and blacks. So pati ako nun, nahilo ako sa 4 na sliders na to. Minsan, napagkawan ko rin kung anong ginagalaw ng whites, anong ginagalaw ng highlights. So what we're gonna do is just the basic understanding of them. Now highlights is the brightest part of the image. So makikita nyo dito sa gradient natin, kung gagalawin ko yung highlights, this part right here, ang tataas yung brightness niya, then bababa yung brightness. Taas, baba. It's this part right here, kung saan medyo nagiging bright na siya. And the next slider is shadows. Hence the name, meaning this is the dark parts of the image, shadows. Pag titaas natin yung shadows, obviously mas magiging bright sila. Pag binaba natin, mas magiging dark yung dark ng shadows. And maganda silang, yung pwede nyo paglaruan yung highlights and shadows para ding mag-increase ng contrast sa isang image or to bring out details. Pag nakita nyo masyadong bright yung sky, pwede nyo ibaba yung highlights. Pag nakita nyo masyadong madilim yung shadow, pwede nating itaas para lang to bring out details if may natira pa sa photo. Ngayon whites, dito na medyo feeling ko mas technical ang whites and black. Pag tinaas natin yung whites, makita nyo mas intensified yung pagtaas niya ng whites. Pag binaba natin, walang masyadong nangyayari. Itong whites is yung pure na white na part ng isang image. Hindi lahat ng image may pure white na part. So, pwede nyo galawin yung whites na slider para lang may magkarong pure white yung image. Blacks naman para makontrol yung pure black, which is parang itong nasa left side natin. This is the pure black part ng image. And pwede natin galawin. The last parang box sa basic panel sliders is the presence. I think sa Lightroom Mobile, it's written as detail. Same sliders pa rin to. First up is texture. Mas magiging useful ang texture pag may texture yung photo nyo na gusto nyong ipakita. Pwede nyong itaas ang texture para mas makita. So, for example, itong picture na to, pag tinaas natin yung texture, makikita nyo mas nagiging detailed. Mas nagiging detailed yung parang markings sa loob ng hood. Pag binawasan natin, syempre mas mawawala sila. So that's parang yung effect ng texture. Feeling ko recent lang din tong texture nilang inad eh. And ang dati meron lang is clarity and dehaze. Now let's get into clarity. Clarity is mas intensified version ng texture. And clarity, it controls yung mid-tone contrast. Pakita ko sa inyo ulit dun sa gradient ko natin. Tinatawag nating mid-tones. Like yung grayish part ng gradient ng ito. Itong mid-tones. Pag ginalaw natin ang clarity, nakikita nyo yung konting adjustment sa mid-tones. Nagkakaroon siya ng linya-linya. Ibig sabihin, tinataas na yung contrast dun sa mid-tones. And because of that, mas nagiging parang punchy yung image. For example, this photo right here. Pag tinaas ko yung clarity, makita nyo mas dramatic siya or whatever you wanna call it. Pag binaba natin yung clarity, mas nababawasan yung contrast dun sa mid-tones. And usually, binababa ko lagi ang clarity. Or hindi naman lagi, like most of the time. Kasi meron siyang magandang effect sa highlights natin or yung brightest parts. For example, this one. Nakita nyo, may glow na nangyayari sa highlights. So, you can use that to your own advantage. Ginagamit ko siya talaga para magkaroon ng konting glow yung image. A pop. Now, next up is dehaze. Naging useful yung dehaze. Hindi ko siya ginagamit, like, barely lang. Pag foggy yung image or masyadong hazy, pwede nating itaas yung dehaze slider para matanggal yung haze. Nakikita nyo, kung tataas din natin yung dehaze, matataas din yung contrast. Mababawasan yung bright parts. Kasi usually yung bright parts ang haze or ang fog sa isang picture. So pag tinaas natin yung dehaze, mawawala yung mga yan. For example, ito. Makikita natin yung fog dun sa dulo. Pag tinaas ko yung dehaze, makikita nyo medyo nawawala. Pero tumataas din yung contrast. Nakita nyo masyado ng mataas yung contrast, at least for my taste. So texture, pag yung mas maliit na textures na engravings, kung gusto nyo sila mas magpakita, gamitin nyo yung texture slider. And then clarity is parang mas enhanced version ng texture. Mas intensified yung effect niya sa isang picture. Pag tinaas nyo siya, mas dramatic yung image. Pag binaba nyo naman, magkakaroon dun yung glow ng photo. Then, the last two sliders is relating to color, which is vibrance and saturation. Now, saturation is the intensity of the color. Kung mas mataas ang saturation, edi mas magpapakita yung kulay na yan. Now, for example, this photo right here. So, pag tinaas ang saturation slider, wala siyang pakialam kung ano yung laman ng image. Kung tinaas mo siya, tataas lahat ng saturation ng kulay. Nakita nyo yung pati yung skin tone niya nag-affect. Yung dugyot tingnan. Kaya ibalik natin. Siyempre pag binaba naman natin, mawawala yung kulay. Now for vibrance, pag tinaas natin siya, tataas niya rin yung saturation ng mga bagay. Pero mas subtle yung effect. And pinipreserve niya as much as it can yung skin tone. So makikita nyo, hindi siya ganun ka-harsh sa skin tone ang vibrant slider. Tataas niya pa rin yung saturation pero hindi ganun ka-harsh. Unlike saturation kung saan talagang taas niya. And another example is, pag tinaas ko yung vibrance, makita nyo yung blue doon, nag-saturate. So, sinasaturate nyo yung mga already desaturated things sa image mo. But for saturation, wala siyang pakialam. It will saturate everything. Gamitin naman natin lahat ng sliders na to in a photo para makita nyo kung paano yung overall effect ng sliders na to. Editing is pretty much subjective unless may specific goal kayo na gustong kunin sa isang picture. So for this, honestly, like paglalaruan mo lang talaga yung sliders hanggat pa sa makuha mo yung gusto mong results. For example, for exposure, okay naman yung exposure para sa akin. Contrast, dagdagan ko konti. And highlights, dagdag. Nung nakita ko yung may bright highlights siya dun, so maganda siyang opportunity para gamitin yung bawas na clarity. Parang makikita niyo yung parang subtle glow na nangyayari sa picture dito sa part na to pag binaba ko yung clarity. And for shadows, medyo konti lang. White. Kita nyo yung in-effect niya lang ito. Then habang mas tinataas natin, may in-effect na rin siyang ibang part ng image. And for blacks, okay na rin. For saturation, wala masyadong gagawin dito. And for white balance, maybe a little bit warmer ang gagawin ko, and then bawasan ko konti yung para mas magkaroon ng yung greenish na tone sa picture. And mas nagiging mukhang cinematic na siya kaagad with just using the basic panel sa loob ng Lightroom. Of course, pagkatapos nito, pupunta naman ako ng tone curve, color, split toning, or maybe even yung calibration. But for the sake of this tutorial, napakita ko na sa inyo kung paano medyo magalaw-galaw na natin konti yung kulay ng image. And of course, yung overall look gamit yung basic panel. So that's it mainly for the basic panel sliders. Parang basic na ginagawa nila. Of course, every image naman is magiging iba yung galaw ng sliders. But hopefully, itong tutorial nakatulong sa inyo kung paano yung basic understanding niya. And mas bigyan nyo ng thought or pag-isipan nyo kung anong slider yung gusto nyong galawin sa isang picture. Thank you so much for watching. Sana, if may tanong kayo, don't hesitate to ask. I'll be happy to answer the questions. And again, may blog post ako dito. So, if gusto nyong basahin yun, it will be linked down below. Bye!